So today we shall be talking about two remedies. The one is Lobelia Inflata, and the other will be aconitum. Lobelia patients, I have found that they usually suffer with what we say a psychogenic dyspnea. A dyspnea that seems to have no pathology underneath. Psychogenic. And there are people who are always very anxious about that dyspnea. A tremendous anxiety and a fear, and almost sometimes reaching panic, with a little bit of dyspnea that you don't account for. You see that the lungs are almost clear, or absolutely clear, but the person has a kind of dyspnea which comes about, and he feels absolutely paralyzed with fear that he is going to die because of that dyspnea. That kind of personality, that is a person who is very much meticulous, usually. Meticulous, you know the word? Yes. A person who see details, like arsenicum. Like arsenicum, they will come with their prepared notes, you know, what is happening to their health, and I have this, and I have that, and I have dyspnea, and do you have dyspnea now? A little bit, yes, and you try to auscultate and to see whether there is anything, there is nothing, and yet you see a tremendous anxiety concerning that. Now, usually they will tell you that with this dyspnea will come about if they are a little bit exposed to any kind of draft. Any kind of draft, or any exertion. But the draft is almost, it becomes almost a kind of how can I say, a fixed idea, you see? Oh, if there is a draft, I'm going to get it. So they work, for instance, in Athens, where it's very hot in the summer. And one case I remember in a bankman. He had a air condition in his office. And he preferred to work with the heat than putting on the air condition. It was impossible for him. It will come, the crisis will come. Now, from that condition, where we say it's almost psychogenic, it can reach a point where the dyspnea can bring about a kind of coldness of the whole body, palpitation, drop of blood pressure, and a feeling of imminent death. So on the whole, you can say that these people are kinds of hypochondriacs. That is how they appear to us that we're examining them. No real cause, and they make a big fuss about it. And they are afraid so much. You see, you get a certain type of cases that you will give, as I will tell you later on, you will see that that this remedy can be mistaken for carbo vegetabilis. When the coldness comes, the palpitation, the kind of cold perspiration, the drop of the blood pressure, you may confuse it with carbo-vegetabilis during the acute crisis. But when they will tell you their cases, and you will see the aggravation which they have on lying down in the night, you will see the aggravation will have on tight, anything tight they cannot tolerate, with that kind of dyspnea and the lump in the throat. You will feel, or you will think, that this is a case of what? Lycosis. You will think that this is a case of lycosis. But yet, it does not appear because the sensitivity to draft is so much. Then the anxiety about his health, and they are meticulous individuals. They are not, lycosis is much more vivid and much more strong and extroverted. These people, they are composed. They are usually, they will tell you their symptoms, just this and that. They will not go beyond the point to describe anything about their psychological state. You just see the anxiety, because they come again and again. It's very interesting that they suffer so much, and they will not say, I have tremendous anxiety about health. No. They feel that this is logical. You know, the way I feel I cannot take breath, I will die. So they will not say, I have an anxiety about health. You have to deduce that from the intensity or the pathology, which is not there, and on the other hand, from the way that they will describe their own crisis, their own symptoms, that they feel that they cannot take any more a deep breath. I found out that Lobelia people give out symptoms also when there are in their history there is a mistreatment of a serious lung problem. Say they had a pneumonia treated, and they had sometimes tuberculosis in the younger ages treated. But it seems that from that point onwards, something has been left on the respiratory system, and they cannot cope well, and these crises come and go. It's very interesting also, and it's a similarity again with lycosis, the fact that symptomatology can appear if there is a suppression of discharges. Suppression of menses can bring about tremendous colic pains in the abdomen and also in the sacrum, with a tremendous aggravation from touch. Pains on the back here that the person cannot lie down because there is a touch of his body against this. They cannot lie down. That you will find it in women where they have gone and took a bath while the first day of the menses or the second day of the menses, and the menses stopped because of the coldness. They took a bath in the sea, I mean. The menses stop, and these kind of pains come about. So you have with lycosis, you just remember the lump in the throat, the aversion to tight clothes, the aversion to touch, the aggravation from touch, and also a trigeminal neuralgia which usually appears on the left side, and it is aggravated by touch. The difference is that the lycosis is a warm remedy and is a talkative remedy. These people, they will not talk beyond their point. They are very composed, very, very serious people, not extroverted at all, not the type of lycosis. So in my prescribing, I have made the mistake of prescribing Lycasis several times instead of Lobelia, where it didn't work. And then Lobelia came. And there was one case where I prescribed first Lobelia, and it didn't work, and then Lycasis acted. I mean, do not think that things will be absolutely clear. You see, these remedies, they interweave with each other's symptoms. But if you remember, you have this aggravation on lying down, you see. They come, the Lobelias, they lie down, and they are aggravated. They are aggravated in the night. You see how close they are with Lycasis. And then you have a sinusitis in Lobelia, especially on the right side. Sinusitis on the right side, not on the left. But you press a little bit, and there is pain. You press a little bit outside, and there is pain, which is strange. That could be a Lobelia case. We have also difficult breathing when menses do not appear. It's the time for menses to appear, and they don't, and it becomes a difficult breathing. Also difficult breathing from exertion and when they are upset. And very much aggravated this difficult breathing from exposure to cold and to drafts. Sometimes these cases will exhibit a constant kind of dyspnea, of difficulty in breathing. And that constant thing will be aggravated only during a draft.